Now I share my screen. You can see it. And we started with new features. It's update in form create or edit item form. We add in code possibility to manage release date. If user want to create item from frontend, they can use release date. And also we add possibility to use property enable or disable. For my example, I use it in layout of custom model. You can see here, and I use false. That's why if I'm going to edit some item, for example, and click update, my item was changed and will be disabled. 1 second. You can see it. If you have any question about it, you can ask me. Okay, I can continue. The next update was connected with favorites list. We rename in CRM add to favorites button, and we add more its favorites list. In add to favorites button, we make press select in item ID, and also in favorites list we make the same with layouts. I think it's will be useful now for our users. If you have any question about it, you can ask me. Okay, the second 3 bugs about different functionality in our CRM. First, it's about components. If you use create item, if you use search form. If you use search form in a custom module, previously we had like static code in data source. It was wrong, that's why we fixed it. And now if you use data source, it will be changed dynamic. And if you change something in your custom module that use in search form, everything will be automatic change. Also, the second bug, it connected with one-time payment secure zone. In the previous version, if you use one-time payment zone and you choose offline payment, created order and stuff. Created order with status awaiting payment and secure zone not applied. It was correct, but it was correct because status will be awaiting payment.
Yeah.
But when you change status to paid,
exactly. Yeah, it's a 10-year period out of a 60-year lease that we're talking about.
Yes,
here.
secure zone. No, yes, and now we fix.
To jump off to the other one for a second, number 3 that we're hoping is going away, the insurance clause. I got an email from Melvin this morning saying that he was checking with CMHC how they would interpret the insurance provisions because they're the provider of the COI. So it sounds like they are still working on it.
Now we fixed it and now it's working. Now if you change status from awaiting payment to paid, secure zone assigned. Early it was not working. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask me about one-time payment secure zone. Okay, and the third bug will connect with 1 second, with discount on price. Discount on price. If you want to buy one product, but with, for example, 1 t-shirts, but white color, red and green, and in our CRM was a little issue about it. If you set up on price volume discount, it was not working. You can see 1 minute here. And if you want to add one product with different attributes, now it works and you can see it. For example, I have one product and price now 30. If you change, for example, less than 3, price change to the first without discount. Do you have any question about this bug? Okay, it's my part was finished, and I go ahead, Vlad, about the second part of our new features in this sprint.
Okay, hi everybody. So we have 2 more features that we have added in this release. It's more related to the JavaScript and provides you the ability to customize to basically create a custom logic for like for Ajax submit of payment forms, and that's like the first one. And the second one allows you to extend the functionality of the JS that works with our e-commerce. So like add to cart, change quantity, change shipping option, and so on. So regarding the first one, we create like 2 event listeners to the forms, if you, to those forms that have either reCAPTCHA v3 implemented on it, or if it's like a payment form with or without reCAPTCHA, it's not in any way. So right now you could attach a custom CMS custom submit event, and it will be triggered after the reCAPTCHA v3, like when reCAPTCHA v3 will be proceed. If you know, you maybe know that previous code also works with it, and it's on general submit. It's first verifies the token for the reCAPTCHA, and then it submits the form. It's like it works previously, and it was hard to attach your custom logic to it if you want like to add some additional validation when all the other fields are basically okay. And in that case, you should, or if you want to make an Ajax form submit, in that case, you should like replicate the whole code that covers the reCAPTCHA verification, validation, and like it was like a little nightmare. So that's why we hold it under the custom event. And even more for payment forms, some payment forms also needs to be proceed before they could be submitted. So for several payment methods, they need to collect all the credit card data to the token. The JS that responsible for this previously was triggered right on submit. Right now it's triggered before our custom submit. So if you catch the process in this phase, then you will have the form with all the fields already like pre-validated, payment process, and you could basically create a generic Ajax request to the CMS and get the response right here. So just add the JSON response parameter to the form action if it's not there, and it will return. So you could, for example, create your own errors in this displaying, and if they are okay, if they applied. And or if there is no errors, then you could basically attach some additional custom logic, or basically you could do everything you want to in this phase. And in case if you want to proceed payment further, then you need to trigger this new trigger, and you need to pass the data from the event and the response that you collect. If you do not do any Ajax response and you prevented the current event, then you need also to trigger this event, but you could just pass null to this, or just pass only the submit data form, and our JS will cover that it will perform the same request on the out the from the itself. Also, since we redo the all payment forms for this event logic, then right now we do this basically the same Ajax requests on every form. And if your form is like eBay or Stripe or Authorize or PayPal, you will have the response that previously was shown on the success page, if for example, if payment was failed. So right now they will be catched in the Ajax request and shown as alert. So you could easy customize it the alert view of the message here. So if you don't want to alert them, but you want to show them in some custom white box or something like that, then you could implement it here. And there is no need to rewrite the default behavior of the alert JS alert like we previously do. So just so this part is like for that. And also there is since this part is not yet trigger the payment, it's like it not always triggers finalize the payment. Because if we have Stripe 3D secure card, then it will require you to go to the external URL where you authorize your payment. Or if it's Bambora redirect, or if it's PayPal payment method, that also redirects you to the external page. It also requires you additional actions in order to finalize the payment. So in such cases, if you want to apply your logic right when the payment is finished or almost finished, then we create the CMS after form payment handler event. It has data with 3 parameters. It's like link type that is 3D secure for Stripe if it occurs. A payment redirect if it's Bambora redirect or PayPal payment method. Or it's a general success page, and when you redirect there, you will see the default success your implemented layout. But in this parts, you could also touch some additional logic before you do the redirect. So, for example, if you want create some custom module item before only when the payment will be made, then this is the best place to do this. And if you do not come to this scope when it's a general success page, when the payment is definitely made, and in these 2 parts you could also apply that logic. For example, create the module item with the pending state. And if you pass the payment ID, here's an example of how it could be made, and how, and then if you, for example, add the custom JS code on your thank you page, you could also see if this payment ID from the success page is also correlate with your item, and you could update it from the pending to active state. So you can handle in such behavior, you could handle even with redirected type of payments. Let's say yes, like that. So originally this feature was called something like beautify the Stripe error messages, but it's like grows in some bigger feature. And right now they all be alerted, all validation errors or payment errors will be alerted. Even if you do not attach any event listener to the form, it will be alerted by default. So do you have any question regarding this feature? Okay. And the second feature is we create a bunch of events for e-commerce and events and triggers. So for each action that we could perform for e-commerce, for example, add to cart, change attribute option, change grouped product, or change product quantity on the shopping cart, or remove from cart, we could attach event listener to any of them. And we could, for the CMS before actions, in this case, we could prevent any action from being made. Basically, in the event data we have the necessary data for the this operation, and we could also apply an additional validation, like if we want to do it, and we could prevent this action from being made. In after events, we could catch the response from the server in event data. Basically, for them, in most cases, it's like the whole shopping cart object that returns on every action, like before, remove from cart, after, change our product quantity, and so on. So if you want to create some kind of custom widget, custom shopping cart widget, then these actions could help you a lot. And also we have triggers, basically that allows us to perform any action from off without need to have necessary DOM elements like buttons or any other like div elements with data attributes. So if trigger will be performed, it will not fire the before event, but it will definitely fire the after event. So here's some examples. They will be added to the documentation later. So this is just to show how it looks like. By the way, all these events, it will be better to attach all these types of events on document ready in JS file that is positioned in the header. Because if it will be before, so it will be added before our payment JS files that also attaches to some of these events. It's very crucial for this event, because if you want to prevent form from being submitted, this event listener should be added to the document ready scope. It also will be added to the documentation. And a little bonus for this part is we decided to customize all the default error messages that we have, e-commerce messages that we have, and we allow you to like basically rewrite them in any way. So if you wanted to translate in different language, then you could easily do it right now. Or it's also two additional functions that you could apply if you set, for example, we have add to cart message. If you set it to empty string, then this message will not be alerted at all. So it's like will be just skip it. And if you apply a function instead of string to the one or all of this, it's called message alias to any message alias, then this function will be triggered instead of alert when the message should be like fired. So you could also alert them or do some custom white box or something like that. The same as for the error messages here. There is no need to rewrite alert anymore. Just apply we can create a function, apply it to all of them, to all of these aliases, and this function will be like triggered, and based on message alias, you could show your own message or skip skip showing message also. Yeah, and a little addition is we refine the remove from shopping cart logic. Previously, when you click the remove from cart button, it tries to find the closest CMS cart order line holder data attribute and remove the, for example, if it would be something like this, then when you click it into remove, it finds the closest by the structure data attribute and just remove the whole element from the code. But if you have some kind of implementation like this, when you have list of like lines inside one table line, or if you have another way of, if you have such kind of implementation, now you could beautify it, but by adding the item ID as value for this data attribute and paste it everywhere where it's like shown that this is the part of the order line. In this case, when you click this button, it will find all CMS data holders that has the same item ID and remove all of them. And then it also tries to find the closest one. So it will it has two ways of logic. So all previous logic will still work, and then it's like a new way of implementation now is possible. So this is the second feature that I want to share with you. Do you have any questions regarding second feature or first one?
I forgot to tell you about some thing. For us, it's a new format of meeting. That's why if you have any idea how improve or you want to add something in our meeting or feedback, you can type me in Slack, and maybe the next meeting about a new release maybe will be more useful than this.
And you can actually share your feedback right now with everyone.
Somebody shy, that's why I propose that type in my Slack.
So you're insisting on Slack? Okay. So that's our like trial version of demo of the release. So we don't know how do you find the format and if we should keep such meetings.
Thank you guys. I would like to keep that kind of meetings. It's very interesting because you get a better insight on how the update works. And yeah, I found it really helpful. As I was just writing in the chat, some very good updates. Vlad, I only have one question, which I didn't quite get. Not very good in JavaScript, but Vlad mentioned something that you can use those CMS event listeners to create custom module items. How would you create custom module items from within JavaScript? Like, not quite on the right track how this would work. Vlad, could you tell me something about that?
Yeah, you could create a Ajax request of the create item form. And
Yeah, like the regular thing you would do
Yeah.
in a hidden way that you don't, that you hide the form and then create and fire the submit button with JavaScript. Okay.
Yeah, the only one that is that your user should be logged in that case, because
okay.
so we could create for it. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. One more thing to add from me is that with 5.9.5 release, our template marks is already there. So it's officially live. And you can also read full release notes. I'm sorry for the background. Right on the website. Let me paste the link. Just a second.
That's okay, Violetta.
Okay, when we are waiting Violetta,
That's it from
remember
me.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just pasted the link. Yeah.
Has anybody see our new template? Maybe somebody has some feedback about new template.
Looks good. Was waiting for something like that. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for feedback.
Okay, guys, if we have no other questions, that's it for today. And thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
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 Bye.